it's VRLINK here, and today I'm going to be showing you my top VR picks from CES 2023. So first of all, I just want to let you all know that this video is not in any specific order. So it's just a list of new and emerging tech that I thought was cool. And secondly, I know that I said VR, but I meant to say XR, and I can't really go back to CES to record that. If you don't know what XR means, it's anything AR or VR or in between. Now, with that out of the way, let's get started. So, have you ever wanted to smell in VR? Have you ever thought about literally sitting down and smelling the roses, but in VR? Or what about smelling the smoke from gunfire in your favorite VR shooter? Or catching a whiff what a zombie smells like if they come too close in Saints and Sinners? Well, now you're in luck because it's totally possible. And it's all because of OVR technology. OVR has created a device called the Ion. The Ion lets you add scent to audio and visual media. And it works with a mobile phone, a PC, and of course, VR headsets. What's really cool about this is that this does not use any vapor or smoke or anything like that. It just uses a single scent cartridge. This cartridge has basic scents that can combine together to make some more complex scents, like picking up a rose and smelling the top of the rose and also smelling the stem of the rose. It can also simulate smells like smoke and fire. When you buy Ion, it also comes with a studio kit that allows you to make your own smells. So yeah, I would definitely keep my eye out for OVR Technologies. I think this company is going places. And if you don't believe me, take it from Steve at CES.
This is where it starts to get really interesting. And the company you're going to want to check out is OVR, stands for Olfactory VR. They're over in Venetian. And yes, they have digitized scents. But this is not your father's smell-o-vision. This is deeply impactful in the statistics around olfactory elements, rendering for memory and sense of immersion speak for themselves.
This year at CES, Vive released a new VR headset with a very long name. It's called the HTC Vive XR Elite, and I think I want one. And the number one reason being is that I think this is the lightest PC VR and standalone headset that I've ever tried. Not to mention the multiple ways that you can actually use this headset. You can actually take off the battery pack and wear this as glasses, but you would have to connect it to a separate battery pack with a USB-C cord. So you can use this headset as a regular standalone headset or a PC VR headset. Now the AR on this headset is truly amazing. I would say the colors are a lot brighter than other RGB headsets, and the pass-through is very, very clear. So clear that I could even read my name tag and the small print on the name tag as well. It also works with Vive wrist trackers. The Vive wrist trackers, you don't actually have to use them as wrist trackers. You can use them as pretty much anything you want. You can actually add them to other things and make them something else inside of the game. So let's say you had a banana, you could put the wrist trackers on a banana and make that into a gun, which I think is super cool. So with the wrist trackers here, we connected them to one in real life that correlated to one inside of the game. Now, my only problem with the wrist trackers is that you always have to have them facing up, or else the cameras inside the headset cannot see them and it will not be tracked. So it can be kind of annoying to use. Now, like I said before, the pass-through is really amazing, but I did not get to try out any of the depth sensing. And that is simply because it was not activated yet. They said it should be activated by time it is ready to launch. So by the time everyone gets it, you'll see the depth sensing. I wish that I could try it out, but unfortunately it just wasn't ready. I also did notice some warping next to the hands as they were moving, and they did also say that that would be fixed as well. The resolution is 3840 by 1920. And if you're a person who needs to wear glasses in VR, you no longer have to do that because you can adjust your diopters. Overall, I want the XR Elite because it's really small and compact, and it has every single thing a top of the line VR headset would have. Shiftall is a very out there company. Now, Shiftall has many devices in the VR space, and most of them are very unique. They have a lightweight VR headset called the Meganex, with a resolution that sadly it's Bradley said himself would make you cry if you went back to the Quest 2. And they have MuTalk, a soundproof Bluetooth microphone. You can use it to take private phone calls or play VR in a private space while yelling as loud as you want. Now, all of those devices are very cool, but the device that I'm going to cover now takes VR comfort to a whole new level. Now, these are VR controllers. They're called Flip VR. At first glance, I know they look completely different from any other VR controllers you might have seen. To me, they honestly look like something out of a fighter jet, but I thought they were really cool, and they are very cool because these controllers allow you to hold anything while playing VR. Just think of it, you're thirsty and you want to grab a drink, you can use these controllers. You're hungry and maybe you want a banana, you can use these controllers. You want to type something on your computer, you can still use these controllers. I think these controllers might just be the future of VR. Also, I would like to thank Sadly It's Bradley for filming this for me since my girlfriend wasn't there, so thank you so much, I really appreciate it. You came in clutch. As for everyone else, you all should definitely check out Shiftall. They have some really cool products that I've never seen anyone even think of, so definitely check them out. They seem pretty cool. Now with this next device, I'm actually feeling it right now as I'm editing this video, and it's been almost a week since CES. So this device is from Valkyrie Industries and it helps you work out. Now it's nothing as simple as some type of tracker that tracks your movements or anything like that. This actually gives you physical stimulation. So these are the Air armbands and they use electric muscle stimulation to stimulate your arm muscles. So your muscles are being contracted by controlled electrical impulses. So the more you pull a weight or band in VR, the more your muscles are going to be electrocuted. But don't worry, before you begin to work out, you can actually pick the intensity of how much it's going to shock you. And if you're wondering, yes, I did try this out for myself. So before putting on the EIR or Air, they actually put these sticky things on your skin so the electricity can run through your muscles. They go on your triceps and biceps on both arms. After the Air devices are on, you're ready to go into VR. Now, once you're in VR, you're able to set your limit of what you can handle when it comes to the electric shocks. And honestly, once you get used to it, it doesn't really hurt all that much. The trick behind this is to actually engage your muscles before you start to pull on the VR workout. Once you engage those muscles, the electric impulses will focus on them, leading to a great workout. Now, like I said in the beginning of this section, I am actually still feeling this right now, and I can see basically stretch marks from how much my muscles have grown. So this gets a 10 out of 10 for me. I definitely recommend anyone to get this. I want this myself, so I'm probably going to try to get this. This is actually amazing. So one of the main reasons I ended up going to CES was because of Kiwi Design. Crazy, right? It's not because of the new HTC headset or the PSVR 2, but because of Kiwi Design. So what happened was that they actually emailed me asking me if I was going to CES, and if I was, I should go see their booth. So as you can see, I was able to go to CES, and now I was able to look at all of the future tech Kiwi has planned for 2023. So I'm going to go over the coolest tech that I saw on display. First up are the Kiwi Design headphones that allow you to attach it to a head strap or a battery pack. It's super easy to use, and honestly, I'm just surprised that nobody has ever thought of this yet. They also now, of course, have the Kiwi attachable battery pack. And one of my favorite, the RGB charging dock. This charging dock allows you to charge your Quest 2 and your controllers with magnets. It also has fast charging while also keeping your devices healthy. And last but not least, my favorite device from this Kiwi Design booth at CES was the audio head strap with battery. Now Kiwi actually just released this, and they sent me a unit, so I'll be talking about this in my unboxing video. If you all want to get any of these Kiwi Design accessories, it'll be in my description below, and just click the Kiwi link. Now, I'm not going to pretend like I've seen or heard of these headsets and glasses before, but this is from the company Nolo. In CES, I got to try out a lot of companies that I've never heard of before, and most of them were great. And that includes Nolo. Nolo has been in the XR industry since 2015, and they're really showing that off with this demo. Now, the first device of theirs I'm going to cover is the Nolo VR Glass. First of all, the Nolo VR Glass works by connecting it to an Android phone. And unfortunately, if you have an iPhone, you can't connect that. It only works with an Android phone. It also does not use regular controllers. It actually uses this little ring that you can put on your finger and control it with your thumb. The control scheme for this was super intuitive. I figured it out in maybe 2 minutes or less. The glass also has a pupil distance adjustment and dioptric adjustment. These allow you to see a clear and focused image. They're very light and you can fit them in your pocket, and you can also take off the facial interface. And now for a few tech specs. So they have pancake lens, the resolution is 4560 by 2280, the FOV is 92, and the PPI is 1512. It has 90 Hz and the PPD is 35. Now let's focus more on the Nolo Sonic 2. Now I'm not gonna lie, the Nolo Sonic 2 reminds me a lot of the Pico Neo 2. And of course with a few differences. The biggest one being this subscreen. So your subscreen lets you see what percentage your headset is on before you pick it up. It can also show your fitness goals and what game you're in. The idea behind this is to give the people on the outside some information of what you're actually doing while in VR. The next big difference with this headset is in the controllers. They may pretty much look the same as the Quest 2 controllers, but the vibration haptics on this controller is insane. Also, these controllers are a bit heavier, so they end up feeling a lot sturdier. Now, this basically has everything the Quest 2 has, except for pass-through. And that to me is kind of sad because it could have been a competitor for the Pico Neo 4 or the Quest 2. But I also do want to mention this is not out yet, so we don't really know a price for it. It is going to be coming out next month. One of the first things I saw while walking through CES was the Haptics booth. I noticed that of course everyone had on the Haptics vest, but they also had on some gloves. Whenever you see gloves in a VR headset, you know it's going to be fun. So you know I had to go over and try them out. So these are called the Haptic Gloves by Haptics. And these are the first consumer-ready wireless haptic gloves. You're able to connect with them using Bluetooth. They have 3 motors, so 1 for each fingertip and your wrist. They also have 4 different sizes and they last for about 3.5 hours. They're really light and stretchy, and they're also washable. So they have 2 gloves. There's one on the inside and one on the outside, and they're both washable. There is also a main glove, but that glove has all the tech in it, so you can't really wash it. That's why you have the 2 other gloves. Now honestly, I can see everyone using this glove in the future. But my demo was a bit messed up because there was a lot of latency because of course they're on Wi-Fi and there's just so many people at CES. So certain times when I went to go grab and touch certain things, it wasn't really smooth. And I quickly realized that it was because of the latency. Overall, I think it would be awesome if everyone was able to try this out. This does work for the Quest 2 and many other headsets, so this could probably be the future of VR. As of right now, the price is at $299, but hopefully it can get lowered. So yeah, I know most of you have been watching this video probably to see what my take is on the PSVR 2, since I was one of the first ones to be able to try this out at CES. So first, let's start off with how it feels. Honestly, it's very, very comfy. But you do have to put it on in a specific way. When you put the headset on, you have to make sure that the back strap is all the way at the back of your head. If not, you're not really going to get a good fit, and it's going to be hard for you to align your eyes. And aligning your eyes is very important since you have eye tracking. Now, as you can see, I'm pressing a button on top of the headset, and that's allowing me to bring the headset closer or further away. This is pivotal to comfort and getting your eyes in the right position. So honestly, the headset looks pretty big, but it's not heavy at all, and I think that's because most of the processing power is inside of the PS5, so they didn't really have to jam so much stuff inside of the headset. Now, don't get me wrong, it not being heavy is a good thing, but there is also a trade-off of having a wire. Since I'm not used to playing VR with a wire, it was honestly very annoying. So I hope PlayStation is eventually able to make some type of dongle that you can add to this so you can play it wirelessly. Now, as for the eye tracking, that is simply amazing. It works perfectly. When I look somewhere, it goes directly to it. I also like how well eye tracking was integrated into the actual game, because in the menu, for example, once you look at an option, it will go directly to that option and then you can just click a button. I could imagine in the future they'll probably have an option where you can just look at something for an extended amount of time, and that's how you're going to select an option. And last but not least, let's talk about the controllers. Now honestly, the controllers look cool, but to me they actually felt pretty basic. They were actually really light and they didn't really have any weight to it. Usually I like some weight when it comes to my controllers, so they didn't really feel all that expensive. So yeah, the controllers are pretty mid. Now that we're done talking about the headset itself, let's move on to the gameplay. Since you all have been looking at the art behind me for some time now, you're probably able to guess what game that they allowed us to play for the demo. And of course it was Horizon Call of the Mountain. The game looked beautiful in this headset, but it did not have too much action. However, when it did have action, it was very fun. Now, as you all are hearing this, I want you to keep in mind that this was just a demo and we didn't even get to play the full demo. So I really have no idea what the full game is going to be like. So now we're at the end of the video, but I have so much more to show you all. These are just some of the amazing things I want to showcase in another video. I probably have enough CES footage to make 2 more videos. So if you like this video and you want to see a lot more cool tech, please like and subscribe. It would really help the channel out. And if you want to see me do more cool things like this, become a member. Becoming a member helps you support the channel while getting shoutouts. If you have any questions, message me on my TikTok or Twitter. As always, thank you all for watching and have a wonderful day or night. Peace out.